Welcome back to Nightly Nonsense. Trying to make some sense out of the nonsense. Sometimes what I create, sometimes that is just out there, and I don't need any. I don't need to do anything. We got things to do. I want to look for a second at this whole concept of pondering again, right? We have lost the art of pondering. We've lost the ability to be able to look at things and love on each other enough to be able to consider what somebody else is saying. Why do we get so mad, so angry, so frustrated, so disappointed, so discouraged, so adamant that we're right? Why can't we just listen to somebody? When's the last time that you sat down with somebody who doesn't think like you and literally just listened to what they were saying? Why do you have to get so mad? I sat with people the other day, and instead of pondering something, immediately jumped in like, this isn't true, it's not true, it's fake, it's not right, it's not true. You didn't even let me finish before you jumped in, because you had already thought about it. You had already decided. But you weren't going to ponder anything that I was saying. We do that to each other all the time. When's the last time that you pondered what your boss was saying? What your kids were saying, what your husband was saying, what your wife was saying, what your pastor was saying. See, we predetermine before we go into church whether we're going to listen to our pastor or not. If we like him, we listen, and every word we melt. Oh my gosh, did you know that's so great? If we don't like him and we're just trying to outlast him at our church, well, then it doesn't matter what he says. No, we're going to find fault in it. If we're in a place where we need conviction and we don't want it, we're not listening. If we're in a place where we need conviction and we want it, but it's just got to come from the right person, we listen or don't listen. We've lost the art of pondering what other people are saying. I started out a couple nights ago saying, guys, God's not joking. Bad things are coming. Judgment, wrath are coming. And just because we may or may not be here for it doesn't mean it's not coming and that we shouldn't take it seriously. We can pray and hope that we don't have to go through it. We can have the faith that we can actually absolutely believe we're right and we don't have to go through it. But we should be willing to ponder the other side. What if we do? Wait, well, that's a waste of time. We're not going to have to go through it, so why are we doing it? Pondering makes us understand where other people are. We don't have to agree with it. Don't have to like it, don't have to agree with it, don't have to want it, don't have to anything with it. But you do have to listen. You do need to listen and ponder. What if this is right? What if this is what if I'm wrong? Can I give you something to chew on? I need you to really think about this. We've talked about it in a lot of different settings, but let me give it to you one more time, really straightforward. If you're a pre-trib rapture person and you suddenly find out that we're in the midst of the tribulation and you're not out of here, but you're still here, and all the other people are still here, so it's not like you just missed it, right? But you're still here. What's that going to do to your faith? What's it going to do to your faith that people have been adamantly telling you for years, you're not going to have to face this, and then all of a sudden you have to face this? What's it going to do for your belief in your pastor and in your family? What's it going to do for your faith? People were telling you this is the way it's going to be. All of a sudden it's not that way. Do you think you're going to have a little bit of anger that you're totally unprepared to go through that which you are now in? Heaven forbid that were to happen. Wouldn't it have been nice to ponder for a minute and think about it and be prepped a little bit and know a little bit about it? What's going to happen? What are the signs? What do I need to be prepared for? We talk about a mark of a beast. We talk about not taking that mark of the beast, but most of us believe that we're not going to have to be here. We're never going to have to worry about that. What if we find ourselves in the midst of the tribulation and we all of a sudden have to worry? What if we've never had a thought about taking the mark and feeding our family? Are you prepared for that? Have you ever had to make any kind of choices that have had to choose feeding your family over being obedient to God? I bet you there's going to be a bunch of angry people who have been told this their whole life. What happens? What do you think is going to happen to those pastors? You think people are going to listen to them anymore? You were adamant that you were right, and this is the way it is. But then it didn't happen. You know that happens on a simpler version every single day. People are adamant that their way is the right way. They're adamant about people and their judgment on people and what they think and how they feel. They are just right. And then they're not right. And the business closes, the relationship ends, or the kids go off track, or the school doesn't do this, or the church doesn't do this, or whatever. And all of a sudden they're wrong. They're wrong about a person. The only reason they're supporting somebody is because they absolutely believe this person would never do it. And then they do it. And then their whole world blows up. Because they're not for the person, they're about the person. See, if we're just about God, then we might end up in trouble. There's a lot here to ponder and think about. What if you need to be prepared for something and you're not prepared for it? What if this eclipse happens in a couple days, a few days, and there really is something on the other side of it? Are you prepared for that? Let's talk about that tomorrow night here. Nightly Nonsense. See you then.